Hi everybody. This is an upper engine mounting bracket for a 2012 Chevy Equinox that I picked up on Amazon for about $88. So let's take a look at the outside of the box real quick. And let's open it up and see what it looks like. Oh yeah, that's a big mount. So, yeah, that definitely feels better than the old one. Although, it still feels like it has a clunk to it. I don't know what it is about these engine brackets on this Equinox, but they sure don't feel super solid. Actually, I wonder if this might be a hydraulic mount. It sure feels like there's something in there. Look at that. I wonder if that's a liquid that's in there or if it's air. It definitely feels more loose and wobbly than some of the older mounts that were used on cars back in the 70s and 80s. Although, it's not making a clunk, so I think this mount's pretty good. Well, let's quit wiggling it around and let's just look at the outsides of it. So we got some aluminum here, steel, more aluminum, and then this big chunk of rubber in between. So basically, if you're looking at this from the front view, this would be in the engine compartment on the passenger side. These two bolt holes here go right down onto the frame or the structure of the unibody, and the engine actually hangs from under here. So bolts will go straight down into a bracket that holds the engine up. $72.42. Maybe that means 2017, day 242, probably. Manufacturing date. Yep, that probably makes sense because right there is a casting mark in this aluminum piece that appears to say 17 on it. So I'll bet this was manufactured back in 17, which means this thing is 7 years old. Anyway, not much more to say about it than that. It's a motor mount for a 2012 Chevy Equinox from Amazon. Pretty cool. Well, if you have any questions or any comments, post them below. And thanks for watching. If you like my videos, please give a thumbs up and please subscribe.